Hey everyone, Howie Fisher from Fisher's Flies. Thanks for checking in. Today I'm going to be tying a staple Euro nymphing pattern. This is the Perdigon. This is just in a flashy color that I like to tie it. For the hook today, I'm going to be using an Arex Freshwater 555 in size 14. And I'm going to pair that with a silver slotted tungsten bead in 3.0 millimeters. And then to secure the bead and add a little extra weight, I'm going to use some Semperfli lead-free wire in 0.0009, which is essentially 0.0010 if you use hairline or Wapsi or other stuff. Just a couple wraps just to get that bead locked in place. As you can see, once I shove it into the bead, it doesn't really stick out at all. For the body of this, I'm using Textreme glitter thread in pearl purple. There's a lot of different materials you can use for this. Semperfli micro glint, Vivus iris, Vivus body quill. You could use Flashaboo if you want, similar to the light bright Perdigon. But as you can see, I'm just going to get started right behind the bead, and I'm going to wrap back to about the bend. If you want, you can add a Coq de Leon tail to this, but I'm going to wrap up, and I'm going to wrap back one more time. I like to create just a little bit of a taper if possible. If you want to wrap just straight up and keep it super thin, you can do that as well. Once I get it to right behind the bead, I'm going to go ahead and whip finish this glitter thread. Just one, really just 2 turns. You don't need it super secure because you're going to cover this in resin. For the thread on the hot spot collar, I'm going to use red 70 denier UTC, and I'm going to go ahead and get that started right behind the bead. Get that wrapped back a couple times, and once that's secure, just going to go ahead and build up that collar, that hot spot, and once I get it where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and whip finish. Again, just need to whip finish once because you're going to cover the whole fly in UV resin, so don't have to worry about things coming undone. For the wing casing on this, I'm using Gulf Resin Black Magic. You can also use Solarez Bone Dry Black or another black resin. Just put a little dollop on there just to make a nice little wing bud wing case. A hack if you don't have black resin and you don't want to buy it is you can actually use clear in thick or medium and cover it with a black Sharpie and then color it with, or then cover it again with some thin or bone dry, and it actually looks almost identical to using UV black resin. So this one downside using colored resin is it's super thick. There are some resins out there that cure better than others. You also get the color pigmentation, so you do have to cure it a little bit longer to make sure that it gets cured all the way through. So once I get that where I want it, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this fly using some Solarez Bone Dry. Again, want this fly to be thin and heavy so it gets down to the bottom in those fast currents. Nothing super crazy here, just making sure I cover up that body sufficiently. Again, if it's not a super even body, quite frankly, I don't think it really matters. I don't think the fish are going to care that much if you've got a little bump in it or something like that. But again, this is the Perdigon, super simple staple Euro nymphing pattern. Tie them up. Let me know what you think.